Hey, welcome back. We have a knife here. It's been a crazy month of knives. I was trying to take it easy this summer, but you know, things manifest themselves at times, and you know, sometimes when you see opportunity, you go for it. So this is an interesting one for multiple reasons here. And although I've bought a lot of nice knives, custom knives, all sorts of knives lately, I keep going back to this brand because it is so dang good. And they recently did a run of Rosies that are stonewashed, this new radial frag milling pattern. And they have this new pocket clip. So I wanted to see what it was all about. Picked one up on the secondary market here. And I was thinking I'd compare it today to my two favorite modern versions, which are the Silver Surfer and the radial pattern. Because I'd had a radial frag and I actually really liked it, but it was kind of like in between these finishes and it wasn't quite for me. I sold it to another good knife guy. And I wanted to see what this was about. The stonewashed version of radial frag looked a little more speed. I had handled one of my friends that had some blue anno hardware. So with, you know, the new pocket clip, the full stonewash, there's a lot to love for me here. So let's see what we think. The same great action we have come to love. You know, they've scaled now from Daniel Osborne himself. Dan Osborne, I don't know what he goes by. I haven't really talked to him much, but to involving his brother, to now having, I think, 5 employees total. So you could see things could potentially slip, but they have continued to maintain perfect action, perfect finishing, and I have not seen, if anything, I've not only seen no quality diminish, I might have even seen it improve. I mean, it's amazing that they just keep getting better at Oz Machine Company. So a big part of why they went for this new pocket clip, and if you're not familiar with the old one, it was a flat design, was that they felt like this was going to feel more ergonomic in hand. So gonna take a look and see what I think on that. One thing I'm noticing right away is it seems like it peaks kind of over here a little bit instead of right in the middle, which is interesting. Not sure if I'm just seeing that. Maybe it's a optical illusion or something, but see what we think of this new feel in hand. It's certainly not like a profound difference. I never felt like the old pocket clip had a hotspot issue or anything, personally. So I'm not sure what you all felt if you have these, but I don't see a huge difference, honestly. Sorry, I was still zoomed in there. I don't see a huge difference. Now it's cool getting, you know, one of these from the first run of these new pocket clips and all, because as a collector, you know, I nerd out on stuff like that. So if I'm gonna have a radial frag pattern, this feels like the one that you know, this was like the first one they did. This feels like the one to have for me, personally. Obviously, very much into this finish. Have it here on the golf putter milling as well. And do feel like it is quite good. Kind of curious, by the way, this one's number 1058. There's a bit of a difference there on the stonewash. Let's see, what is this one? This one is 1457. So we're not going to see as big of a difference because it's a dark wash, but the stonewash is more aggressive. I remember that was the case on like number 1200 or something that I had. So you do see a little bit of a difference there in those stonewash finishes, which is nice. One of the things I don't like about this one is it is a fingerprint magnet. You can see it pretty quickly there. If I'm rolling out the blade and stuff, like it's getting smudgy and not quite as nice looking pretty quickly. So I'm kind of curious what I think of this, because I don't know if I've had a stonewash blade finish in a little bit quite like this. So yeah, this is a little less subject to the fingerprint, so I do really like that. That's really nice. That's a definite improvement over this older version where it really stands out. When I put this finger across here, you can see, like, you know, you can see those smudges there. That really stands out. Do the same thing here. Really hard to find it. So this new stonewash finish is quite nice. It's definitely there, by the way, but it's very hard to see. Maybe just barely see it there. So I do like that. That's nice. But yeah, I don't, not only do I not think that this feels much better, I actually feel like it might even be a little taller somehow, so it might feel worse. I could be off on that, but it almost seems like it's a little taller at the peak, whereas this side over here looks like it's lower. This side over here looks like it's almost higher. So I might actually be feeling the pocket clip more on this new version than I do on the old version, which is kind of the opposite of what you would expect. It's not a big difference either way. I'd say it's pretty much a moot point. Like, I wouldn't make that a decision criteria for any Roosevelt purchase, would be my general take on it there. But yeah, nice to get hands on a full stonewash version of the radial frag pattern, because I think that makes this really pop. You can just see how it kind of gives you a little bit of that optical illusion, and that makes it pretty special. I think that's kind of the one to have it on. I don't mind it in like the dark wash and in the, you know, kind of standard, I don't know what it was, like a bead blast or sort of a darker stonewash or whatever it was that I had on my other one. But this to me makes it really quite nice. Like, I actually really like that as a pattern. So nice. Just great knives. You know, I continue to buy really nice high-end knives, and I continue to go back to these as pretty much my favorite all-arounder in terms of action. They're just so damn good. Whatever it is that they figured out to stop the lock bar pressure from creating an issue when you deploy on a frame lock is pretty unique. There are not a lot of great frame locks that also are able to accomplish that quite so well. And then just the way that the finger choil, you know, is sort of perfectly aligned here with the blade. It's just such an awesome knife. 7 inches overall length, 3 inches of cutting edge, very easy to sharpen because of that massive choil. Like, these things are just freaking good. The one I've been carrying the most lately is this guy, this dark wash. It just feels amazing in hand with the radial plus the dark wash. It's just a little more rugged, I feel like, both stylistically and in terms of like if you want to use it with the dark wash blade finish. It's kind of like the benefits of the acid wash and the benefits of the stone wash all in one. And that's become like my go-to carry for a Rosie. It was this one, which I still really like. Like, overall, this is probably my favorite feel in hand. It's a little softer in hand than that. Still grippy, but man, this one is freaking sweet. I really like that. Kind of the yin and the yang here, with the polished versus the dark. But yeah, good to get this number 1954 into the collection. Glad to have been able to grab a hold of it, and appreciate the seller making this available. There are 100 that are made just like this with different numbers, of course, but they made 100 variants in this style, full stonewash. So I think that's a pretty popular one right now in the market, and I can definitely see why, because it is pretty sweet looking. All right, that's all for now. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.